In the heart of the English countryside, nestled among the rolling hills and sprawling meadows, lies a quaint little village that has seen its fair share of eerie happenings. Legend has it that the village was once home to a wealthy landowner who had a grand mansion built on his sprawling estate. The landowner was a cruel man who treated his servants and tenants with disdain, often working them to the bone and withholding their wages. One day, the landowner disappeared, leaving behind his mansion and all his possessions. The villagers were too afraid to enter the mansion, as rumors circulated that the landowner's spirit still haunted the place. Over time, the mansion fell into disrepair and became known as the haunted house. Years passed, and the village grew and prospered. But despite the passing of time, the haunted house remained a dark and foreboding presence on the landscape. It was said that strange noises could be heard emanating from the house at night, and that the windows would glow with an eerie, ghostly light. One day, a group of daring teenagers decided to explore the haunted house. Armed with flashlights and nerves of steel, they made their way to the mansion and entered its musty, cobwebbed interior. The first thing they noticed was the thick layer of dust that covered every surface, as if the mansion had been untouched for decades. As they made their way through the mansion, the teenagers heard strange noises coming from the rooms above. The floorboards creaked beneath their feet, and the air was thick with the musty smell of old wood and decay. Suddenly, a chill ran down their spines as they heard a blood-curdling scream from one of the upper rooms. Terrified, they ran up the stairs, only to find a room empty of all but a single old rocking chair that swayed back and forth, as if moved by an invisible presence. As the teenagers turned to leave, they heard a voice whispering in their ears, "Get out." The voice was hoarse and raspy and seemed to come from nowhere and everywhere at once. The teenagers ran from the mansion as fast as they could, vowing never to return. Years later, a group of paranormal investigators entered the haunted house in search of answers. They found evidence of strange occult rituals that had taken place within its walls, as well as signs of the landowner's cruelty and oppression. But the investigators also uncovered something even more chilling: the spirit of the landowner himself, still haunting the mansion and seeking revenge against those who had wronged him in life. And so, the legend of the haunted house continued to endure, a chilling reminder of the past and a warning to all who dare to tread its haunted halls. As the legend of the haunted house continued to spread throughout the village, some brave souls tried to solve the mystery of the landowner's disappearance. Rumors circulated that he had been murdered by his own servants, who had grown tired of his cruelty and abuse. Others believed that he had been cursed by a powerful witch who had lived in the nearby woods. But no one knew for sure what had happened to the landowner, and his spirit continued to haunt the mansion, seeking vengeance against all who dared to trespass within its walls. Over the years, the haunted house became a popular spot for ghost hunters and thrill seekers who came from far and wide to explore its dark and foreboding interior. But despite their efforts, no one was ever able to lift the curse that seemed to weigh heavy upon the mansion. One dark and stormy night, a group of teenagers decided to sneak into the haunted house once again. But this time, they were determined to put an end to the curse once and for all. Armed with candles and incense, they made their way through the mansion, chanting ancient spells and incantations. As they reached the top of the stairs, they saw the landowner's spirit hovering in the air before them. His eyes glowed red with rage, and his spectral form seemed to fill the entire room. But the teenagers did not falter. They continued to chant their spells, and soon the air around them began to vibrate with a powerful energy. The landowner's spirit let out a blood-curdling scream, and then suddenly vanished, leaving the mansion quiet and still once again. The teenagers emerged from the haunted house triumphant, knowing that they had finally lifted the curse that had plagued the village for so long. And as the years passed, the mansion fell into ruin, its haunted past slowly fading into legend and myth. But still, some say that on dark and stormy nights, the landowner's ghost can be seen hovering above the ruins of the mansion, his eyes glowing red with rage and his voice echoing across the countryside. And so, the legend of the haunted house lives on, a chilling reminder of the past and a warning to all who dare to cross the line between the living and the dead. As time passed, the legend of the haunted house continued to intrigue people from all over the world. Tourists came to visit the village, hoping to catch a glimpse of the eerie mansion and the ghostly apparitions said to haunt it. Many people tried to uncover the secrets of the mansion's past, but no one could say for sure what had caused the landowner's spirit to linger on. Some believed that he had been cursed by a powerful witch who had lived in the nearby woods, while others thought that he had simply died with a sense of injustice and a need for revenge. Despite the fascination with the haunted house, the village continued to thrive. New generations of villagers grew up and raised families, while the mansion lay in ruins, a testament to the power of the supernatural. But then, one day, a wealthy entrepreneur came to the village with a plan to restore the haunted house to its former glory. He believed that the mansion could be turned into a tourist attraction, with guided tours and historical reenactments that would draw visitors from all over the world. The villagers were hesitant at first, but the entrepreneur's vision was persuasive. Soon, work crews arrived, and the mansion was transformed into a stunning example of Gothic architecture, with spires and turrets reaching towards the sky. Tourists flocked to the village, eager to explore the haunted house and learn more about its mysterious past. And as the years passed, the mansion became a beloved landmark, a symbol of the village's resilience in the face of the supernatural. Even now, the legend of the haunted house lives on, a reminder of the power of the unknown and the allure of the supernatural. Visitors still flock to the village, eager to experience the thrill of walking through the mansion's haunted halls, and the legend of the landowner's curse continues to be retold and remembered, a chilling reminder of the past and a warning to all who dare to delve too deeply into the mysteries of the unknown. As time went on, the haunted house became a popular destination for ghost hunters and paranormal investigators. Some claim to have captured eerie voices and unexplained noises on their equipment, while others reported seeing apparitions and feeling sudden drops in temperature as they explored the mansion's dark and foreboding interior. But despite the growing fascination with the supernatural, the villagers continued to live their lives in peace. They had learned to accept the haunted house as a part of their history, a reminder of the trials and tribulations their ancestors had faced in the past. And then, one stormy night, a group of teenagers decided to explore the mansion, hoping to capture evidence of the paranormal. Armed with cameras and digital recorders, they made their way through the mansion, searching for any sign of ghostly activity. As they reached the top of the stairs, they saw a figure standing in the shadows. It was the landowner's ghost, his eyes glowing red with anger and his spectral form filling the entire room. The teenagers froze in fear, unsure of what to do. But then, one of them remembered the ancient spells and incantations used by the ghost hunters who had visited the mansion in the past. With trembling hands, they began to chant the words, hoping to banish the landowner's spirit once and for all. And to their amazement, it worked. The landowner's ghost let out a blood-curdling scream and then vanished into thin air, leaving the mansion quiet and still once again. From that day on, the legend of the haunted house began to fade. People still visited the village, eager to see the mansion and learn more about its past. But without the threat of a vengeful spirit lurking in the shadows, the mansion began to lose its hold on the collective imagination. And as the years passed, the haunted house slowly crumbled into ruins, a quiet reminder of a time when the line between the living and the dead was a little blurrier than it is today. But the legend of the landowner's curse lives on, a testament to the power of the supernatural and the enduring fascination that it holds for us all. As the years went by, The village and its people continued to thrive, and the haunted mansion was eventually forgotten by most. However, there were still a few who couldn't resist the temptation to explore the ruins and uncover its secrets. One such person was a young archaeologist who had always been fascinated by the history of the village and the haunted mansion. She had heard the stories of the landowner's curse and the ghostly apparitions, but she didn't believe in ghosts. She was convinced that there was a rational explanation for everything, and she was determined to find it. So, armed with her equipment and a team of assistants, she set out to explore the ruins of the haunted mansion. They carefully combed through the rubble, sifting through layers of dirt and debris in search of clues. And then, one day, they found it. Hidden deep in the basement of the mansion, they discovered a secret chamber that had been sealed for centuries. Inside, they found a dusty old tome, filled with cryptic symbols and strange incantations. The archaeologist was thrilled. She had always suspected that there was more to the haunted mansion than met the eye, and now she had proof. She pored over the ancient tome, studying its pages and deciphering its secrets. And that's when things started to get strange. As she delved deeper into the tome, she began to experience strange visions and unsettling sensations. She felt as if she were being watched by an unseen presence, and she heard strange whispers in the shadows. At first, she dismissed these feelings as mere paranoia, the result of spending too much time in the dark and dusty ruins. But then, things started to escalate. Her assistants began to report strange occurrences as well, and some of them even claimed to have seen ghostly apparitions lurking in the shadows. The archaeologist was alarmed. She had always prided herself on her rationality and her ability to separate fact from fiction. But now, she wasn't so sure. Was there really a curse on the haunted mansion? Had she unleashed something dark and powerful by uncovering its secrets? As the days went by, the archaeologist became more and more obsessed with the tome and its contents. She spent all her waking hours poring over its pages, desperate to unlock its secrets. And as she did, she felt herself being pulled deeper and deeper into the world of the supernatural. In the end, she disappeared, never to be seen again. Some say that she was consumed by the curse of the haunted mansion, that she became a ghostly presence herself, trapped forever in the ruins of the cursed mansion. Others believe that she uncovered something so powerful and dangerous that she was forced to go into hiding, to protect herself from the forces she had unleashed. Whatever the truth may be, the legend of the haunted mansion continues to endure, a testament to the enduring fascination with the supernatural and the dangers that lie hidden in the shadows.